Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM Live from the Discovery Center. We're now in a place that I love so much because I love growing my own vegetables. I love living off the earth. Something that you grow yourself always just tastes better. There's something about it. And something I've actually tried before in my garage called aeroponics. Yeah. So Hunter, tell us about this beautiful aeroponic garden right here.
Yeah, so this is our aeroponic garden. It has capacity for 540 plants at a time. And it's got a total of 12 towers, so 10 that are networked together in the big farm, and then 2 of these satellite towers. This was actually funded in partnership with OCAC, so they're another nonprofit in our community. So basically, we get to teach people about where their food comes from and how plants grow, and we actually donate all the crops that we grow out of this to Crosslines, so it helps actually feed people in our community.
I love that. Amazing. What all crops do we have going on behind us?
Yeah, right now we're growing 2 different varieties of lettuce. We've also got basil, tomatoes, which are really special, and then parsley. Those tomatoes are super special because they're actually from the International Space Station. So we got 2 different samples of seeds from the Canadian Space Agency. One sample has been on Earth its entire life. The other sample was stored on the International Space Station. And so we actually get to grow them and study the effects of radiation on plant growth.
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
How great is that?
And you call them space tomatoes?
Space tomatoes.
Space tomatoes.
That's so cool. If somebody's watching too, we kind of glossed over it a little bit. Can you explain how it works, aeroponics?
Yeah. So aeroponics basically is a way to grow crops without any soil. So inside the towers, there's actually nutrient solution down in the reservoir at the bottom. And every 15 minutes, it's pumped up to the top where it rains down inside the tower onto the roots of the plants directly. And they grow without any soil at all. So they're actually in a material called rock wool. We plant the seeds directly into that. And as they grow, the roots will come out the back, and then the nutrient rains down on the back of them, and they can grow really large really quickly, especially because there's no seasons, there's no weather. So we have a consistent 14-hour day every day. We have the same temperature every day. And because of that, we're actually able to donate produce every week. We average about 6 pounds of lettuce a week going to Crosslines.
Wow.
That's awesome. Now, this may seem like a silly question, but the lighting. Obviously, plants need light to grow and flourish, but is there a certain kind of light that's very important for an aeroponic garden?
Yeah, so any plants need a couple different wavelengths of light to grow. That's why occasionally you'll see really funky looking lights in greenhouses because they really only need red and blue light to be able to grow healthily. But in this setting, because it's a display garden, we use white light because that's just a bit more friendly to the eyes and makes it easier to see what's going on in the gardens.
Mm-hmm. What is the management, the upkeep of this? Like, how does somebody have to monitor this every single day? When do you harvest the crops?
So we do a big rotation every week where we're planting enough crops for 2 towers. We're harvesting about 2 towers out, and we're transplanting seedlings onto the towers. And then every day we're checking the water levels in the nutrient tanks. We check the pH, basically how acidic or basic the water is, because that can affect how much nutrient they can take up. And actually, a lot of that work is done by volunteers. We have a really good program with Missouri State University called Community and Service Learning. And so that's actually science students that are studying for their degrees come here and get class credit for volunteering and working in our farm. And they learn a lot about nutrient uptake and how living systems operate.
I love that. Can we just take a look at this tomato plant behind you? I'm trying to look see any flowers. Oh, I see some down here. Have you harvested any tomatoes yet this season?
No, not off of these tomatoes yet. This tower is actually the one that was on the International Space Station. They're a little bit less robust than plants from Earth. We found that the radiation generally just makes them worse plants because it causes a lot of mutations. We've noticed the biggest mutation is actually they get diseases a lot more easily. And so these ones probably we will not get a harvest off of, whereas the Earth ones we very likely will get a harvest off of this season.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow.
All right. I mean, my mind is blown. I'm still looking around here. So I was going to say, you obviously have Missouri State science students volunteering, but if someone out there is just kind of like loves science in their free time, could they come and volunteer here?
Yeah, that would be fantastic. If you've got a green thumb or want to develop a green thumb, you can come out and volunteer in our farm. And It's kind of like double volunteering because you get to help out our nonprofit, teaching people about crops and where their food comes from, but then you also get to feed your community through Crosslines.
That's amazing. Hunter, thank you so much.
Thank you, Hunter. Okay, we'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. You know there's going to be more
We're going
fun.
to get up high now next.